Here with Josiah because we're going to talk a little bit about my Canadian experience, my first trip to Canada, and quite frankly, I think my first trip to outside of the United States since I was a baby. Trip's not over yet. I still have today. Me and Josiah are thinking about doing something later on, but I do want to talk right now about my experiences. Well, first off, I haven't seen one moose. So that's
Yeah, that's rather unlikely in the city.
So I haven't seen one moose, and surprisingly, I haven't really heard. I'm going to probably jinx myself because I'll probably hear someone today say it. I was talking to this woman on last night because I was out real late. No, it wasn't that woman. It was another woman from the other day, sorry. And I was talking to her, and she said, eh. And I was like, that's the first A that I heard on this whole thing. I'm like, I guess they don't say it as much as I have. And I told her, I haven't heard anyone say a boot yet. And I'm like,
Yep.
very surprised by all this.
So all the Canadian stereotypes about a and a boot and new duty booty and all that kind of stuff that you would hear, complete stereotypes.
Right.
The majority of Canadians don't talk that way.
Okay.
Although we do say a.
There's definitely, but even as you're talking now, I'm noticing definitely more of, I don't know if it's an accent or whatnot, or what it's called, the dialect.
Yeah.
Or...
We would have, so I would have what I would consider the standard Canadian accent.
Okay.
Although I would have a little bit of East Coast in me as well, specifically Nova Scotia, because that's where I came from.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of house, I would say house every now and then,
Okay.
and that slips out every now and
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Go over to your house there, bye. But yeah, that'll slip out every now and then. But
Some people I have heard that did have like an accent, although like I said, I haven't heard a boot or. And then she was shocked that I hadn't heard anyone say A.
Yeah.
And then she's like, you know what that means? You know what that means? I'm like, yeah, I assume that it's just my equivalent to if I say, the weather is very nice today, right?
Yes.
That's right.
Exactly.
And A is basically the same thing.
yeah, that would be the equivalent.
She was very impressed by that. I knew that, by the way.
Although we use it rather flexibly. That's generally what it means, but every now and then at the end of a sentence it can mean like I'm asking you for a response as well. It depends on how you say it. So what do you think about this, eh? And that's actually inviting you to answer.
Okay, so there's like two different...
Right.
Okay.
But really in the context it'd still be right. You like what do you think about this, right?
Right, yeah, sure.
And it would be a similar connotation. It would be used the same way, just as versatile as how you would use right.
Right. So I came out on Saturday and Sunday were, I think maybe even Monday. I don't know. You could help me on reminding me. Very nice weather.
Yes,
and
gorgeous.
Then it dropped.
Oh my gosh.
Then
yes.
It dropped like a tank.
Unusual weather for April that we had the past week. So from Sunday to the past Sunday. So it would be 25. Well, the first day you were here when we went to the movies.
Yes, which we saw Mario.
That was
by the way.
That was great. But
I'm saying it's good. I'm still against Pratt being Mario. I know. I told Josiah, I was like, "Hey, you noticed they took the two lines out that were shown in the trailer that everyone hated."
Yes.
Where he goes, "Here we go." That was taken out, and what was the other one?
Yahoo.
No, Mushroom Kingdom. Here we come, but it was from that. It was from that trailer.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, but no, it was really, really good. I'm not the biggest fan of the Peach voice, and obviously Pratt is Mario. That being said, everything else I really, really enjoyed. Sorry, you guys, the Mario fans, you're not going to get me to like Pratt is Mario. I don't, at least not in this round.
No, but you're not going to completely bury it either.
Absolutely not. No, but the only other thing I will say about it, without spoiling anything, because certainly it's still out in theaters, I don't want to really give anything away. It is, and I told you this. It's very much a niche thing. If you don't play any video games, you will not care about this movie at all.
It's way more fun if you played the video games.
Sure. I just don't see anyone that like never really played video games being into this at all.
Yeah, I would suspect it's a good family movie the kids would enjoy
Yes,
in that case.
sure.
But the parents who have never played those video games will have no idea what's going on.
But yeah, this is definitely fan service at its best for sure.
1000% fan service, the whole movie, which is good. I mean, that's the kind of thing you want to do to get over with hardcore video game fans.
And also, we watched it in 3D, so that was different. I don't know if the last time I've seen a 3D movie, so...
Yeah, that was my first time.
I mean, that was basically by coincidence because we didn't make the first theater.
That's true, yeah.
It's not like we were like, we're going to see a 3D movie today.
It was not by choice. It was just by timing. But that was the first time I've been to the theater since before COVID. So
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I feel like I went to the theaters, but I don't remember what it is. I'll have to get back to people on that one.
But yeah, that was a relatively warm day. It was
a great day. Yeah, we walked. I learned that you want to do more walking.
Yes, because I'm in horrific shape. But yeah, that was good. And then the next day, you came over to my place.
I came over to your place.
Yes.
That was Sunday.
And you went for a walk. And you realize 25 degrees is extremely warm in Canada about partway through your walk.
Oh, okay. That was the day that was getting a bit colder.
No, that was hot.
Very hot. Okay.
That was the day when you...
I'm trying to think, what did I do on Sunday? Now I'm trying to remember.
You went looking for a convenience store, and you had like 3 pizza places you
went to. Well, let's get into that. Yeah. How apparently, you will deny this, but I learned that apparently Canada doesn't sell pizza by the slice. I went to 3 places, and you're going to be like, I'm crazy, but
no,
I went to 3 places. That being said, I did see down the road yesterday. All of a sudden, there was a sign that said, "Here's a combo for a slice, a drink, and something else." And
yeah,
of course, I asked for that, and they didn't have a plain slice. It's like anyway, but yeah, then I went because then I visited you,
and I saved your life with water.
Yes, because yeah. I saw your place. The walking was incredible. I just feel like here it was very, very hard to find things easily. I mean, the things I was looking for weren't that hard to find in the United States, at least in my opinion. Like at a short distance walking. Here's what I was looking for: a 12-pack of beer, mouthwash, and toothpaste. That's what I was looking for, and it was hard, and I only came back with the toothpaste.
Yeah, your best bet for the mouthwash and toothpaste would have been a pharmacy.
Which I don't think I've even seen one, now that I'm thinking about it.
Shoppers Drug Mart. There's actually one right up the road from here, PharmaSafe.
Well, I wish I would have known that days ago.
I only noticed it when I was coming here to the hotel.
Okay.
But yes, Ottawa is a very spread out city.
Mm-hmm.
And despite being only 1.1 million people overall, everything is just spread out everywhere.
Right.
And it can take you an hour to get across
I'll tell you
the
about it was the Saturday or Sunday, I don't remember. I kind of wish I took more photos of that day because the places that I was like just kind of exploring, going on the bus and all that, some of the areas looked very, very nice from a site point location or whatever, however you would say that.
Yeah, for sightseeing, Ottawa is a great city. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. I have not even done a quarter of what, and I've lived here for a year and a half. Mm-hmm. I've been to some of the museums and things like that. I just haven't taken the time to do it because I'm too busy working.
Right. Yeah.
But beautiful city. In terms of...
When it's nice weather out, for sure.
Yes, yeah, you don't want to come here during the winter.
Right, which I did, kind of, because...
You're right on the transition between winter and spring.
Well, here's the other thing I noticed when, unfortunately I had a lot of things going on in my life, and I couldn't really plan this trip more. I knew I was coming here this week, but I couldn't plan anything because of certain things going on, and... I did notice there's like a lot of tours that didn't start until May.
Yes, that is typical.
I was like, ugh. And then the one, I'm not going to badmouth them right now, but on Wednesday morning, I had a horrible experience with the company that my refund is pending. But I'm just going to, you probably could figure it out just by what's running now, but that it was a tour that apparently runs throughout the day. So...
Okay.
So you could probably anyone that looks into the area probably could figure out which one it is, just because of the lack of other tours going on. It's got to be that one.
You'll have to tell me about that later.
Yeah, I will. 'Cause like I said, pending, and I am prepared if I wind up to not get that refund to write a 3-paragraph negative review, because that's what I do sometimes.
No, well,
The last time I wrote like a 3-paragraph negative review was for like a sleep center or whatnot. And this was like 3 or 4 years ago, and it like hit a landmark last year. So I got an email like, "Oh, this thing's been viewed 500 times." But anyway, my point is that nothing in April really runs that much.
And plus, Ottawa is a government city, so things shut down seasonally. Or things shut down early, as you found out wandering around. You see some
right. We'll get
we'll
get to that when we get to Wednesday.
But yeah, the overall very nice city. Now that I've lived here a year and a half, I can say that it's very quiet. Not a lot of.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Like especially in the area where I live, nothing ever happens, which is good.
Yeah.
The crime rate in the city is fairly low.
Oh yeah, even when I was doing all this wandering, I never feel like, oh, okay, well, this shady character. I did run into some last night, but like it's not like I'm worried that they're gonna pull a knife on me.
Right. That would happen, but it'd be rare.
Right.
And violent gun crime is very low. Very, very, very low. All over Canada. We very rarely will you hear about those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And if it is, it's like, once every few months, there's almost no mass shootings here ever.
Right.
And then there might be an occasional robbery at gunpoint, but that's it. But yeah, the overall, the city itself is a very nice, very safe city. I mean, it makes sense. It's where all our politicians congregate to do their work. It's the capital of Canada. So it is a very secure city. Although today, the city is going to be very quiet today because there are a whole bunch of protesters downtown at Parliament.
Really?
Yes, they've just decided to get together and boo the Prime Minister. So
okay, good to know.
That's an excessive protest in Canada. So
so one of the things I also noticed being up here is $1 bills don't exist.
Correct.
And I get a lot of coins, and I was very confused on the first day. Because I went to Targ, which I didn't mention that we.
That's right.
I did not mention I went to Targ the first day because you didn't want to go, and.
Because I had to be up early the next day.
But I saw a live band and I was in my Smash Brothers tournament and got to the finals, and I think one of my favorite things, even though it was also kind of distracting, was for the finals the live band played the board, which was Hyrule Temple, which is one of my favorite songs in that whole game.
Which is why you lost the tournament.
And I lost the goddamn Ice Climbers. Out of all people, I was Link. I actually did have a backup because I'm like, I don't want to be someone. I don't want to be someone if someone else picks them because that'll confuse me. So I was like, all right, I'll be Link because it was the Nintendo 64 one. And I'll be Link and Mario's going to be my backup if someone else chooses Link.
Oh, so we're going back to the original Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that's the one I was playing. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then they also played one for the band did a live play for another, I think one of the exhibition rounds, and they did the Kirby board, the one with the tree and it blew that board, and I was like that one. So I heard two. I did not win the finals. I lost to the Ice Climbers, although I was one of the final two because it was not a one-on-one match. All the 2 rounds were 4 people. 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1. But it was down to me and the Ice Climbers. If I would have made it down below to avoid and did the little Hyrule Temple section where you can't really just get thrown off, I think I would have won. Because I would have isolated one of the Ice Climbers. They would have flown off, and without both of them, they're nothing.
Right.
So, but they got me at the very last second. Which then I learned about, what was his name? Eric. And he had two girls with him. I'm gonna say they're probably mid to late 20s. That's my guess, because it was like midnight, and I was hungry, and I was like, and he was part of the finals with me. That's how he was like. He was like, it was a great game.
Yeah,
it was like, that was so much fun. I'm like, yeah, I love the live band. Yada yada.
And I was unconscious at this time. I was at home in bed.
So I asked him. I'm like, so I looked up on my phone. There's a place called Pizza around here, and he hated it. They all hated it. They're like, no, do not go there. Nuh-uh, mm-mm. And I was like, okay, thank you for the warning. Is there another place? And then he said there's like one. I think he said like 2 blocks down and 3 left, and then straight on like another block. And it began with an M, but I don't remember what it is anymore.
Probably Milano's.
Yeah, okay. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but I'm pretty sure he said it begins with an M.
But then it was the next day when you came over to my place. And,
that was Monday, yes.
Yes, and then you found out about the... no, that would have been Sunday.
The Sundays where I started wandering around with your water that you gave me.
Right. And that's when you discovered the lack of slices in those 3 places.
Yeah. And Pizza Hut was closed. I was like, at least if I'm going to be forced to get a pie, at least that'll be a little cheaper. Nope, that was closed for, I think it said renovations.
Which surprised me, because I ordered from there not that long ago. But yeah, I discovered when I first came here, and it was probably one of the chains that you went to look for a slice, that, first off, some of the chains do not offer slices.
Right. Okay.
Which was very annoying. And I the first time it was over a year ago, but I walked to this place, and it took me like 25 minutes to walk to it, and I was looking for lunch, and it was not there. And so I was upset. And then I just went to the convenience store next to it and grabbed some snacks and went back to the hotel. Because when I first stayed here, I lived in a hotel for 3 weeks until I could find a place to live.
Right.
And then I discovered soon thereafter Ottawa is a pizza wasteland.
Okay.
The pizzas here suck.
Okay.
They're terrible. And a lot of them are just undercooked and doughy, and they put all the toppings under the cheese, and then they put like 3 feet of cheese on top of it, and it just is a mess. Most of the places are like that, which is no good. And so to be able to find a place that actually offers a good slice of pizza has been very difficult.
Yeah.
But I have found some. I have found a few. Pizza is not very good. I would say it's better than Little Caesars,
okay,
which you would have had in the USA.
Yes.
It's better than Little Caesars. It is worse than Domino's.
Okay.
And Domino's is okay. It's nothing fancy, but it will do the job. And then for the chain stuff. But local places, most of them are really bad.
Right.
Most of them are really, really bad. And I that was not my experience.
I think I was just more amazed that there was not like
the slice.
Yeah.
When I visited Toronto for
the guy in the pizza place that's closest to here, I went like the first day, and I was like, so do you have a slice? He's like, no, only whole. I'm like, all right, well, what do you have? I'm like, he said meat lovers, and I don't remember the other one.
Probably combo.
Maybe that sounds right. Meat lovers and combo. I'm like, okay, well, how about I order one now? Like, oh nope, only got meat lovers and combo. I'm like, okay, so you can't make one?
They could.
Which is funny because he did like yesterday. Because I went back there, I was like, was it yesterday or the day before? I don't remember, but one of the days I was like, yeah, let's get a pizza because like. At least it was whenever I was going to try for that slice combo, and then when that wasn't working out, I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll just buy a small, and if I'll just, because I know I'm going to need something for later. Okay, so Monday me and you just kind of hung out. Tuesday we were canceled on me.
Yes.
And threw a wrench in everything.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, work stuff came up, and it was. Frustrating.
So I went exploring. But then the night I came back, I decided to try the local casino apparently, which I didn't even realize there was one around here. I don't know why I wouldn't think there's a casino in Canada, but I didn't.
Yeah, they're all the major cities have them.
So I went to that one because the hotel had a promotion.
Was this last night or Tuesday night?
This was Tuesday night,
Okay.
I think. Yes, yeah, because I didn't go last night. No.
Oh, okay. Now.
Yeah, right, because I was struggling to think what to do because someone canceled on me. So I was like, all right, I saw the sign in the elevator, but I didn't really know what it was. And then when you decided to cancel on me, I was like, I'll look into this. And I asked them in the early afternoon what it was all about. And they were like, yeah, so you get a $20 free play on the slot machines. So you can't use it on table games, so like no blackjack or poker or anything like that. And the $25 credit in food. I'm like, oh. I was like, well, that's a free meal right there. And I'm really struggling to try to get pizza, apparently. So, and honestly, the restaurant that I had gone to that's somewhat close to here I was like, oh, this is a little too much for me. So I guess they get you though because it's an Uber ride or a Lyft ride because you can't, if you want to get there by public transportation, you have to. I think it's like an hour and a half journey, but it's like a 17-minute drive on Uber and Lyft, and that hour and a half journey, there's like a half hour that you have to walk there.
Yeah, that I knew nothing about because I've never been there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, casino's not my thing.
Right.
So
I'll play a little bit. I'm not like a big person that like I'm not throwing down hundreds and on tables, but.
Well, you had $20 of free credits, so.
Right.
But for me, I don't gamble at all.
Mm-hmm.
I won't even buy a lotto ticket or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that's just not for me. But,
right. Which I never really thought it was, so that's why I was like, this might be something good for me to just check out. Because just check out the casino. Apparently there's a raceway there, so that probably looks much better during the day. So I just got a burger and fries. That was just enough for my $25 credit to not go over, because that was the goal. I did walk like halfway to go get it from him because I was like literally like the only one there other than these two older people, like senior citizens, and I was like, all right, I'll walk over there because I don't know what the tradition here is. Like, if he brings it to me, am I supposed to tip him? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna meet him halfway, and that way I'm like, I kind of got it myself. If he insists me to sit down, then I know the situation I'm in, but he didn't, so I was like, nope.
Yeah, generally speaking, tipping here is just something you do for, like, after the meal.
Right.
Just leave it on the table.
Okay. Well, like I said, I got my own food, so.
Yep.
Anyway, so that leads to yesterday, and that was my go-out day when I just kind of hung out around here, just did some sightseeing. I had that terrible experience. Oh, wait, no, I had the terrible experience, but I had a good experience at the Canadian Science and Tech Museum. That's a great museum.
That is a fantastic museum.
Thank you for the woman that suggested that one to me, because I said, I was like, I'm looking for something to do in the afternoon after my thing in the morning. And she was like, I suggest the Canadian Tech and Science Museum.
Did that take you over into Gatineau? Or did it leave you in Ottawa?
I don't know. I had to take the Confederate line, which apparently you've never taken.
No, I've not. That
which is not really a bus. It's more equivalent to my PATH train.
Interesting.
Because it's not real. It's not a bus. It's on
rails.
It's on rails. Yeah.
Then that would be one of the trains then. Yeah.
Which my bus pass did work for.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
it's all under the same.
At first, I didn't think it. I wasn't sure because for whatever station I went into to get there, I feel like they didn't ask me to like swipe it. So I was like, just hold my card here. Then I was like, I got to the stop and I noticed that 2 cars down, it looked like there were some people that were trying to check to see other people. I was like, all right, if this is wrong, let me just quickly go up here just in case. And then I was like, you know what? For myself, for a clean conscience, because I'm going to be out and about later on, or I was trying to say out in a boot later on, I'm going to swipe this. I'm not going to go in. I just want to see if it works. And it did. So I'm like, all right, good. So I was fine even if they did get to me. So, yeah, no, that was a great museum. I have a lot of Instagram photos and videos from the museum. There were 2 presentations during the day. I was like, I'll stay for the 2. One was at I think 12 and the other one was like 1:30. I was like, after the 1:30 one, I think I'm good. So
Yeah,
it's been about like 2 hours, 2.5.
there's a lot of great museums in the area.
I know, yeah. I did see also they had a museum pass, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna have enough time for all that. But
Those are good if you're here for a longer period of time.
yeah. But no, I really enjoyed the science. I didn't think I would. I was like, I'll go with this person's recommendation, but I'm sure it'll be fine. But I won't be overly thrilled with it. And I was.
Yeah, one of the things they do, because in the downtown Ottawa area where most of the museums are, because it's so close to Parliament Hill, where our government resides, everything there is good.
Right.
You'd be very hard pressed to find something that isn't, because
Yeah.
they put a lot of emphasis on giving people a good experience in those museums.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then we go into yesterday, which was basically me just kind of we kind of started on yesterday, Wednesday, and then I went out later in the night, had a drink or 2 here, and this is where I learned that a lot of things close earlier than
Yes.
I had expected. Again, I usually would go out in like New Jersey and New York, and that is notorious for being up late, and even Vegas when I went there, that's the all night. So I wasn't used to that. Everything would be, not everything, because I did find enough to make myself have a good time.
When I was in Moncton, there were several places that close at like 3-4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Some grocery stores are 24/7. I have not encountered a 24/7 grocery store here in the city.
No, I haven't encountered that, so I think about that.
And so it was actually a culture shift for me when I moved here, because Moncton, a small maritime city of 100,000 people, has more places that are open late
Right.
than a large city in Ontario. Anyways, I thought that was interesting when I moved here. It was an adjustment to realize there's probably no late night eating for me unless it's from pizza.
Right. But there was enough opened for me to like go to a couple places for some cocktails. I got again, you can look all on the Instagram page because I don't remember the names off the top of my head, but I did. Like each cocktail I posted on the Instagram, so you can check on there. That's podcasting on Instagram. And there was one guy that he had the one place that had live music, and then let's see, what else did I pass? I mean, I'm not gonna go into it because I didn't go in. There was a strip club there, and Bayward. I think that's the area, right?
Byward Market.
Byward Market. $9 cover charge. Sorry, no. Especially not for that late. Like I said, if anything, there was a struggle to just find things that were open. And by default, I wound up going to the ones that I thought were interesting that were opened.
And so he's going through all this. I had a very busy 2 days from Tuesday and Wednesday, so the when I canceled on you, and then Wednesday, and I went to sleep at 8 p.m. on Wednesday night, and I woke up at 8 a.m. on Thursday morning. I was exhausted.
I think I probably went to bed at like 2 a.m. or 2:30 a.m., something like that. So, and then that leads to today and where we are right now, which is what time? Do you have a watch here? But yeah, this has been 2 o'clock. So this is my time in Canada. This is my last day, but me and Josiah will probably do something this afternoon.
Yep.
If we successfully make it there, I'll probably throw a picture here or there at some point. If it's good, we think that it will be. And I just don't want to mention it in case something else and we don't go.
Yes, yeah.
Because then people go, "Oh, what'd you think of that?" I'm like, "Well, I can't say now because I didn't go."
Yep.
So, any final words before we get going here on my Canada trip?
Well, it's been fun to meet you in person.
Yes. We had never met in person before this. And your first response was?
The voice does not match how you look. but yeah, now I'm used to it because I've hung out with you several times now.
Right.
And-
Well, yeah, sure. You mentioned Monday. I mean, I don't think we mentioned this. Is like me and you just kind of hung out and just played some
video
games
games,
and
yeah.
talked, and that was really nice. Even just for even though we weren't doing anything, and I like that idea because also not for nothing, it was also a money saver too.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, 100%. That was and we ordered a.
Oh,
pizza
we
at
forgot
Man's
about the
Lord.
mini golf.
Oh my gosh, that was on
The glow in the dark. That
on
was the same
Monday.
day. That was the same day.
That was fun.
That was fun. It was luckily no one was there because we got there right at 12. Glow in the dark mini golf. You lost.
Horribly. But I would do that again in an instant. That was really, really fun. The putting edge and here in Ottawa.
Yeah, that putting edge was really fun. It's kind of hoping we were able to get 2 games in one, but unfortunately that was not the case.
Unfortunately, no. But we still had a lot of fun.
Yes, for sure. The there's a little arcade area. I actually thought the arcade area was going to be bigger, but the mini golf is definitely worth it. Glow in the dark, 18 holes. I feel very affordable. What was it, 10, 13, something like that?
It ended up being with taxes about $15.
Like 15. Okay, that's
very affordable. We played for like an hour and a half, something like that. So it was absolutely worth it.
And yeah, let me suggest that if you are for some reason around on a weekday, try to go first thing in the morning because that was nice. I think that might have been the nicest thing because I'm used to going to mini golf when it's busy, so you're either waiting for someone or you kind of feel rushed.
We were able to take our time and enjoy it.
Right, and not feel rushed either.
And relentlessly mock each other for our failed shots.
And the ball going back down the
that
house.
stupid hill.
By the way, I don't think I posted that. Maybe I'll post the score on Instagram. I haven't done that yet.
Yes, do that.
Just as a reminder to you.
To rub it in my face. We still need to call Bill, though.
All right, we'll see if we can get to that later on.
Today,
Yeah, all right.
To say, hey, guess where I am?
All right, any final words before we go and see if we're going to do this other thing this afternoon?
Nothing at all. Just been fun hanging out with you.
Yeah, definitely. Me too.
You are more than welcome to come back and visit anytime.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. So check the Instagram because there's a lot of photos on there, and this will probably be eventually posted on YouTube as well, as long as it came out okay. And I'll catch you guys next time. Again, I probably won't be back on Twitch gaming-wise until May because I got a bunch of things I got to do next week. So, all right, everyone. Later.
Adios.